everyone, how are you today? I've got a furry friend with me today. Hang on, let me get him. Oh, there you go. Out. No claws. This is Jasper. He's very big because he's a Maine Coon. He just wanted to come and say hello and get into mischief. Right? Yes? Mischief? Yeah. Yeah, okay. Let me just pop him out. Right, then we don't have him distracting me anymore. I'm going to be making one of these, the Lego flowers, which I love. I've made all of them by one leaf stem and one flower. And yes, you're going to be hearing him. He is going to meow. I'm not letting him in. And he will rattle the door handle. He's a little pest. Alright. Also, while I'm building, I am going to be face full of fur. And he has summer coating, so he's molting. Right, I'm going to be talking about a quick bit about session 71 of my D&D game and session 72, which was last week's game for Echo Squad. Yeah, it was a given name, but it's kind of stuck. Right, so let's get on with building that flower. Okay, as you can see, I've put a paper towel down so I don't lose, well, hopefully, don't lose bits on the floor. We are going to, so there's the flowers. All of them set out. Oh, I'm going to get shine on there. There you go. So, I've made one of these already. I'm going to be making, now this is meant to be a snapdragon. I'm sorry. That's not a snapdragon. It's very pretty, but that's not a snapdragon. Sorry to whoever created this and whose idea it was, but I know you were limited, but you could have said a different flower. I also made daisies. See, there's also daisies. This is a poppy. And I made roses. I think the roses are the most interesting. Look at this. These are car bonnets. And that is definitely a pterodactyl wing. Yes? Yes, that's definitely a pterodactyl wing. Right. Let's find in my instruction book on how to put this together. And I know I already put one together and I should know. I do. But just want to quickly Where is it? Where is it? All the flowers set out, but don't have this. Here it is. Oh, just want to quickly say something really cool. A couple of these bits for this, and particularly this. This is actually not made of plastic. This is actually a plant-based plastic. No, it's not biodegradable, but you don't want that with Lego. You want it to last forever. But it's basically sugar. It's a plant-based plastic made from sugar cane. So not actual sugar, but the cane for it. And isn't that cool? They're trying to be more eco-friendly. Love it. Right. So, let's commence with the game. So, the last trial for our last member of the party, Norelle, the one who started the whole, she was raised with this, knowing that she was the champion for the pretender, being chased by this giant spider creature. Yeah, her whole town was wiped out. Not great. So, we do the trial for this one. Go in, glowy cube, use the cube, because all of the cubes were keys. We all got these cubes. They were keys to get in. We do that, and we find ourselves in front of two doors. And there's a riddle on it. We can't work it out, so we're like, oh, let's just go in. If it attacks us, it attacks us. Or something attacks us. it turned out the door, or doors, were mimics. I love mimics so much. I don't know why, but they are my favorite D&D monster. So we fight mimics. Great. I got fire, so yeah. Bit of fire spells, and yeah, we take both of them out quite easily. Well, I think I also made one not attack us. I commanded it not to attack us. I can't remember. So we get in. At some point, though, we got all the party members. We're walking with each other. We come to this room on a platform, and we look over on the other platforms, and there's others of us. So Fred, being Fred, she waves to herself. Turns out we got split up. Each of us got split up, and we were walking around with, we don't know how long, doppelgangers. So we do a few rounds and blows with the doppelgangers, and we're not doing too well, so we decide to just jump. One of our party members dropped a stone, heard that it wasn't that long, let's just go for it, and we jumped. We jumped into the water. There was water underneath, great. So, but there's a bit of acid floating around, and we're like, what's causing that? Turned out it was a massive snake. I can't remember what the actual creature was. Oops. Beneath it. What the creature was, can't remember, but I know Snow was a giant snake. I blasted with a few fire spells, do a few rounds. It steals my face. Yeah, if you know what it is, if you play D&D, you'll know what it is. I can't remember. So I'm laying there. I can't do anything now. I just pull out my champions or whoever it is, the weapon, and start just waving around because I can't do anything because I can't see. In this process, multiple of us, everybody else got eaten. Well, they find their way out. But Vandir got put down, failed all his death saves. Yeah, and we have no diamonds left to do any revivifies. We used them all up last session. We're in trouble. So Narelle remembers that she still has, with her sword that she got from previous encounters, she still has a wish. Because this sword has a genie in it. But the catch, because there's always a catch with a wish, the genie's evil. So we're trying to work out how to do this without causing any backlash. So we're trying to figure out what she can say to make her wish to bring back Fendir, so we don't get bit in the ass by this evil genie. So finally, Narelle thinks of something, says, I can't remember. Fendir comes back. Fendir had a choice. He could go down to the dark route or the light route. He chose the dark. Turned out that was the better of the two. I hate to think what's going to happen, but something's going to happen with that. So yay, we have the champion. It's a mask. Narelle's got this now, mask from the Pretender, and we find ourselves back in the tavern that's been following us around. And it's got a bit of a Baba Yaga feel to it, because one of us turned around when we saw it. One time it turned up to help us out, and it sprouted legs. So yeah. And the tavern keep is the Pretender. So yeah, we got that. He's not so bad. And then we have a knock at the door of the tavern. was a gnome. It was a note for our paladin, Gren, saying, you should come home. We've heard about all your stuff you've been up to. We're really proud of you. You need to come home. Your parents are dead. The note is dated 7 years ago. In game time. And we're like, yeah. Yeah, we had a lot happen. We ended up in a tower where time ran differently. We ended up in the Feywild. We've had a lot happen to us. We haven't changed though. We haven't gotten an older, but the world got older and things changed. In-game real world. Or the material world. So, on to session 2. Or session 72, I should say. The journey home. Now this is a journey home for Gren. So we're going to go back to his home and find out what's going on. He's still got a note he was meant to deliver, or a package he was meant to deliver from one church to another. And then he came across us. Oh dear. I'm going to find out what happens with that next week, maybe. So we go off. We go do the trek to Gren's place, or Gren's home. And we come across a little village on the way, because it's taking a few days for we find this village called Honey Tree. Sounds like a lovely, quaint little village. You know, it's going to be really nice. We're not going to have any combat in this game. We walk in. A lot of children running around. A lot of children running around. And no adults. Me as a player, alarm bells are ringing. Character, alarm bells are ringing because she has read books. So I've had it. She used to read horror stories. And what's going through my head is Children of the Corn and Children of the Damned. If anybody's seen them. I have not seen them. I just know what happens because I've read about them. I don't mind horror movies. I prefer monsters because of it. But I've just not watched these. So we go in and we get one of the children, this boy, to take us to a tavern where we can stay. Everything's really run down, and I ask him, or Fred asks him, where are the adults? And he says, oh, they packed up and left one day. And I'm like, they didn't take you with them? No. Alarm bells, alarm bells. So we're in the cabin and I'm like freaking out. And I'm said, somebody make tiny hut. We can't just stay out. We need tiny hut to stay in. So tiny hut is erected. Our two elves take watches because they only need to actually sleep for 4 hours, but they can take watch while resting. Narelle's on the last watch. She fails her perception check. And some of us wake up to being stabbed by the kids. Now as Fred wakes up and being stabbed, she sets off a chain lightning. That's 4 kids dead. To ash. And yeah. Fred's not happy. Fred just killed kids. She really not happy. So we proceed to fight said children. But there is something in the room that is controlling them. Very obvious. So, being the only kit player who had thought about taking see invisibility, useful spell, glad I took it. There's this female creature in the room. directing the children to attack us. Yeah. We eventually take it out. Fred gets put down to 9 hit points. Yay. Oh, we had just got some, just so you know, we do have, before we went off to here, we did do a bit of shopping and we found some crystals or diamonds. So we've got a couple of rounds of Revivify if needed. So back to the fight. And we're fighting this and eventually we do take her out. And several of the kids. And the DM does say to us, you do know they are kids. You can just do non-lethal damage. Oh. Okay. So the party members who can, start doing non-lethal damage. We kill the creature. We save what's left of the kids. So we decide we take it, but the creature doesn't become visible again. Turns out it's a hag. And it controlled the kids, and all the kids killed all the adults. Yeah. So, yeah. Fun. You can hear him. He's crying. He wants to come in. And he'll rattle my door handle in a minute. What did I tell you? If you can hear that, he's rattling the door handle. So. And that was that. We have a rest. Finish off our long rest. And poor Fred's now got to deal with the fact she just killed a bunch of kids. She's not very happy about that. But there is not much you can do. Right. I'm not going to bother with the other one, but there you go. That's that flower. Done. Let's make it a bit longer. Right. Let's just turn around to say. So that's it. Next week, we find out about Grant's family and what's happening in his family. And I will let you know that in the next session. But now we're done. Yeah, I've got another leaf to make, but I thought this was long enough. Please like and subscribe if you like what you see. Give me suggestions in the comments of what else I can build. You know, other Legos maybe I can maybe get my hands on. I have miniatures as well. If you want to see me put together for some miniatures, I'm not going to paint them because I need to practice. But I like putting the figures together. It's the Multi-Realm series. So I picked up a few because I like the monsters. I want to do like dioramas with them. Or let my DM, or my in real life DM, borrow them for his games. And with that, I'm going to say goodbye, farewell, and until next week. Bye guys.